And Kasie, I know you've got some breaking news this morning.
We do, Savannah, and the breaking news is that this morning this seems to be breaking Judge Kavanaugh's way. Senator Jeff Flake announcing in a lengthy statement that he will vote yes on Judge Kavanaugh. This comes right ahead of the critical committee vote that is just about to start unfolding here in just a few minutes. We are going to hear from those same senators you saw yesterday, but all eyes were on Jeff Flake this morning, and that's because he makes the difference. There are 11 Republicans and 10 Democrats on this committee, so if Flake were a no, that could have put a serious wrinkle in this process and potentially jeopardized Kavanaugh's confirmation. I want to read a little bit from this Jeff Flake statement, and I'm not sure we'll have it yet since we are just getting this as we come on the air here. He says, after hearing more than 30 hours of testimony from Judge Kavanaugh earlier this month, I was prepared to support his nomination based on his view of the law and his record as a judge. When Dr. Ford's allegation against Judge Kavanaugh surfaced 2 weeks ago, I insisted that she be allowed to testify before the committee moved to a vote. He says that he thought that that testimony was compelling from her, and he says, I wish that I could express the confidence that some of my colleagues have conveyed about what either did or did not happen in the early 1980s, but I left the hearing, he acknowledges, yesterday with as much doubt as certainty. But that he does go on to say, and I think this is the critical piece, what I do know is that our system of justice affords a presumption of innocence to the accused absent corroborating evidence. While some may argue that a different standard should apply regarding the Senate's advice and consent responsibilities, I believe the Constitution's provisions of fairness and due process apply here as well. I will vote to confirm Judge Kavanaugh. So, Savannah, with Flake a yes, that leaves the focus on the still undecided senators that we are aware of, Senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. There has also been some conversations in recent hours about Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia. He's a Democrat, but he's up for re-election in a red state. My sources had indicated that they felt as though in the course of these conversations, Senator Lisa Murkowski was the most likely of those people to vote no. And so that really puts the onus on Senator Collins herself to decide which way she wants to vote on this. And I would point you to something that happened overnight after all of the cameras were off at the committee. Republicans huddled behind closed doors, and Collins, I'm told by a source who was in the room, was concerned about the fact that Mark Judge had only submitted, and Mark Judge, of course, the person that Dr. Ford places in the room when this occurred, Mark Judge had only submitted a statement from his lawyer, not an affidavit from himself, that, of course, would subject him to the penalties of perjury. We saw the committee release a letter from Mark Judge himself overnight where he repeated some of the same facts that he laid out, saying he doesn't recall the party, essentially exonerating Judge Kavanaugh, or at least, saying that he is not prepared to provide corroborating evidence for Dr. Ford's testimony about what happened. So the question is going to be, does that affidavit give Susan Collins what she needs to get to yes? I have to say that before all of this unfolded, all of our reporting indicated that that was the way that she was leaning as far as a view of the law and of Judge Kavanaugh's qualifications. Obviously, that has become much more tortured and difficult in the last 2 weeks since these allegations came out. But again, the onus is really at this point all on her. And so the question, is she going to come out and announce where she stands today, or does she still need some more time to think about where she's going to come down on this, Savannah?
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.